to the #1 home improvement YouTube channel in the world. I've been working right along. It's a Saturday, it's about 4 p.m. in the evening, putting in 100-hour weeks until the end of the year. I've just removed this cabinet here. I'm getting ready to remove this tile, remove this old electric, and put in one receptacle to cover this small future countertop area here. And that will get connected with the small appliance circuits for the kitchen. If you haven't seen the earlier videos in this massive kitchen reno, there'll be a playlist linked in the description below. You can go back and learn what I'm talking about when I talk about this OSB wall here. This OSB, I believe it's a 1/2 inch, is glued to a plaster wall. Now behind here is the electrical panel that has had a lot of work done to it. And they blasted through the plaster wall to run a lot of wires. And there's not much left of that plaster wall, so they glued up this OSB paneling. Like I said, it's about a 1/2 inch thick. It's keeping everything together nice and tidy. I'm not sure how well this tile is going to come off. So that's where we're at. Checking out the hardwood floor that is under this cabinet. It's crazy to try to figure out what went first, and I really think, obviously the hardwood floors that are underneath this linoleum are original to the house. I don't know if those cabinets are. Some I think are, some I don't know if they are, because this cabinet here is set on the hardwood floor, and it was set after all this electrical work was done. And then you have some crazy old school, get your mustard out. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's gonna need an extra serving of some Grey Poupon. Some asbestos. Asbestos for everyone. No spiders, no cockroaches, which is always good. That is a brick chimney. Let's see what it's going to do here. That is a latch, you get that tile off. It's glued. You just gotta do it. You gotta do it. Almost have to get respirators and safeties. Safety goggles. So what's the best method for removing this tile off the wall? It was definitely not this scraper chisel thing for the Sawzall. This was very labor intensive. Like, it was a good arm workout. Now another method that works just as good and is also a good arm workout is just a hammer and a flat bar. Just about as fast, a little bit less labor intensive than wielding this chipping hammer. This was suggested by one of the viewers to use this in a Sawzall. I really think this would put a ton of wear and tear on your Sawzall. Just that constant banging. Just don't think it's good for it. It recommends that this is for removing linoleum, strong adhesive, paint, or rust. Not really well attached tile. There is this thing here, and I can tell you without a doubt that if you're trying to remove grout and you're trying not to mess up any of the tile, say you're going to remove grout on your floor. It's got 1/4 inch grout joints, or even this might work for 1/8 inch or larger. It's just way too aggressive and too much of a stroke, too long of a stroke to be used on the Sawzall. That's insane. Now, I personally haven't tried it, and I don't think I would chance it. I just sent off an estimate today, which I think I got the job. It'll be starting the first week of January, where I have to do a regrout of a shower. And I will not be using this. I'm going to be removing all these old outlets here. And I wanted to show something. Somebody posted a question today about getting a beeping sound from an area, from a ceiling fan box. When they hook the fan up, it doesn't work. So my very first question was, did you use a voltage tester? Because this here is the ground. There's no electricity flowing through this wire here. But this will pick up, even though it's set to green, which is the higher voltage, 110, it's still picking up an induced voltage to this copper wire here. So what I suggested, and someone else had a great comment, get out your voltmeter and actually put the leads on there and see if there's electricity and not just a light induced voltage, or a ghost voltage, as some people call them. These little beepers are good for a lot of things, but always have a good multimeter voltage tester, just to be sure. This will detect if there's anything there. So if this goes going off, I know that there's something there. If it's not going off, it never gives false negatives. So that's a good thing about using this. This one here is on a different circuit. This will be fun to take that apart and see what's inside of that one. Oh, I can pull this straight out from the panel. What does this one go to? Holy cow. Whoa, Jesus, there's a nest. It's crazy how old this is. Is that a microwave? Well, the microwave is 1978, I think. That was here, that old Kenmore. That's not to say they didn't have that sitting on the countertop somewhere, but when they built this specific cubby, they put, this is a, believe it or not, an old school remodel box, or old work box as they're called. They've got these little spring-loaded doohickeys that They go in and you push this right in the wall and it springs out, and then there's this screw that tightens it up against the flange on the box. Had a little slack in there? Jesus. So both of these are home runs that go to the panel, which are getting removed. So I'm going to take this out and this out. Not bad. This was a dedicated 20, was it 20 amp or 15 amp? Let me go check. So this was only on a 15 amp circuit for, I don't know, whatever they had here. This one here was obviously for the microwave. This was also only a 15 amp circuit. So this one powered whatever they had on the countertop plus just the overhead vent. And this one here was just the microwave. Woo-hoo-hoo. Now, I'm going to be able to get this one out. Man, it's like a rat's nest up in here. A nest of rats. Oh yeah. Some people have had questions about why I'm just not ripping out all the interior walls. See, I guess it's kind of hard to explain. That's just not necessary for this type of remodel. A big factor is that this house is occupied, and controlling dust is a major concern. And these old lath and plaster walls, they create a lot of dust. This isn't HGTV, this isn't drywall. That's how fast the non-carbide blades go dull when you hit the plaster. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, come on, daddy. Oh yeah. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. 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 Let's get back here. Ooh, I've been looking at you for a long time. Woo! Yeah. Oh yeah, let's go faster. Ooh, go slow. Link will be in the description where I got this thing for 89 bucks. Whew. Man, not a scuff mark on it. Smells clean. Man, it's got some torque. I think I figured it out. I've been checking comments throughout the day, and it keeps coming up.
Handyman, you gonna put some GFI circuits in there?
Huh? Are you really? And I'm like, how did they not even watch any of the video? It comes up again. It comes up again.
Handyman, you know you're not supposed to use 14 gauge wire for kitchen outlets.
I'm like, what is going on here? Are they not? They must not be watching the videos, or I'm speaking in a different language or something. The confusion might be I referred to them as small appliance circuits. I assumed that you guys knew that that meant that they're GFI protected. So a small appliance circuit is a GFI circuit. So every outlet is GFI protected in the kitchen. Sorry for the confusion. I should have clarified that a small appliance circuit is the same thing. It is a GFI protected circuit, 20 amp, 12 gauge wire. Did you get that? I don't know if you guys are still around, because I don't think the people that asked that question watched much of the last video. That's it for this video. I'm thinking maybe I'll do another tool video. I've used this one heavy, hard. She's a tired old girl. She has not let me down. Even when she stops and I gotta blow on her, cool her off a little bit, she gets it done. But I got a feeling, woo, this is gonna be her replacement. I always like to have backup tools. In case I forget one, I break one, I drop one off a building or something like that. Of course, you can drop these and they keep working. We didn't get to talk about these things. The internet loves these things. We'll get to this in the next video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.